welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a design show and tell video for you. If you're not sure what that is, if you weren't subscribed the last time I did one, because I think it was quite a while ago now. Basically these videos are one where I will show you a project that I've worked on and tell you about the thinking behind it and the process of what went into making it. Today's video is going to be around my limited edition notebook set that I've created for my online store. So I'm going to tell you how I came up with the designs and what went into making them. So my online store is mainly focused on selling t-shirts, but I really wanted to add some other products to it, and I am a bit of a notebook hoarder. I absolutely love notebooks, so I wanted to design my own set and have it for sale in my store for other people who like notebooks as well. So I did some research and came across a company called Awesome Merchandise who sell basically every type of merchandise you can think of with your branding and designs printed on it. I think they're mainly used by bands because they sell things like guitar picks and drumsticks, which is pretty cool because my company Liner Note Kids is all about stuff inspired by music, so I thought that was a good fit. The first design idea I had was this one here that says Love, Life, Lyrics in London. This is actually based on a t-shirt that I have already in my store from a couple of collections ago that says Love, Life and Lyrics. And I think I was just on the tube one day and thinking about that, like I like the repetition of the L's, and in my mind I just added London to it because these are like the four most important things to me at the moment, and I just really liked how they fit together. So once I had the phrase in mind that I wanted to design to, that's when I sat down with my sketchbook. To do the London, I used a Tombow brush pen, and using a brush pen is something that can take a while to get a hang of. I, as you can see here, have several different versions of London on this page, just drawing it out several times to try and get one that I liked. I can't even remember which is the one that I used in the end, but brush script lettering is all about practice and just trying things and trying to get it right. I just snapped a photo on my phone of the one that I liked best and brought it into the computer to vectorize it, and that's how I ended up with this lovely London. I then started drawing the rest of the phrase, and this is what I came up with. I really liked the love, but I decided I couldn't be bothered putting the time in to like get the life and lyrics exactly how I wanted it, because I find drawing straight lines really difficult with hand lettering, so I figured that doing it on the computer and just using a font for them that I edited a bit might be much better. It meant I was able to get a really clean look for it, and I like the contrast between the straight lines of the font with my brush lettering and my hand lettering of the love. I did edit the fonts a bit though, because I was putting rounded edges on the ends of my lettering piece and I wanted that to match with the fonts. I didn't want to have any sharp corners. Also, something I really like to do with my designs is put my little logo in there whenever possible, because I think that like brands are just my own and I just really like how the little logo looks. The next one was fairly easy. It's my logo notebook, because I knew that I wanted to have my logo on one of the notebooks. This is an outlined version of my logo that I drew with a brush pen for one of the t-shirts in my latest collection. I think I actually prefer this rendition of the logo to the filled in one that you see on the back here. The last design just says what if with the question mark, and this is a phrase that I've had sitting in a little Google Doc that I have just filled with words that I really like that I think go well together, that I might want to create a lettering piece or a t-shirt design for one day, and I decided that I'd use it for a notebook because what if to me is all about dreaming, and it's about dreaming big and planning ahead, I suppose, and just asking yourself what if and thinking about the future in that way. To design this one, I just sat down and started drawing. I didn't want it to be a brush lettering piece because I'd done that on the other two. This right here was the original sketch for it, and as you can see, to start with, I was playing with the idea of putting all these swashes around it and making it into a bigger piece, but it just wasn't really feeling right to me. And in the end, I just decided to go with the words by themselves. When I start a hand lettering piece, I'll always start like this with the outlines, and then I'll generally go in and fill in these thicker bits here. But with this, I really liked the look of it without those being filled in, so I decided to just go with that as the style, and that's how I've ended up with this as the cover. On the back of all of the notebooks is just the logo and the URL, just for a little bit of branding. And then on the inside, I decided to put this little typewriter piece. This is a little phrase that I wrote when I first introduced the new name for my brand, because it used to have a different name like about 6 years ago or something. It was a little piece that I wrote up and typed on my actual typewriter to explain what a liner note kid is, because people often have trouble with that, and it's probably a flaw in the branding, but I still really like it. Basically, a liner note kid is one who is not mentioned by name in the liner notes of a record, but they like see themselves there in the thanks to our fans, and like they know that the band is thanking them when they say that, because they are a big supporter. So basically being a liner note kid is all about being a die-hard fan of a band, and this little line I feel explains that a bit for people who aren't familiar with it. I decided to do in the pack 2 notebooks lined and 1 notebook unlined because I ran a poll and people were pretty divided about what they liked best, but lined had slightly more, but then being a designer I prefer unlined notebooks myself, so I wanted to have one of them in there. I went with just plain black ink on top of the brown recycled card because I really like that raw finish and how it looks. I think it looks quite sleek and it makes the set go together really well, even though the designs are all quite different. So once I created the designs and got all the files ready, I did some test prints just on my printer at work to check that I was happy with the size of the designs. So I did that, and then when I was happy I uploaded the files to Awesome Merchandise and sent off my notebooks for print. And now I have a bunch of them sitting in my room ready to be shipped off to anyone who wants to buy one. They are available on my store if you'd like to pick one up. The set is only $10 US for the 3 notebooks. I'll leave a link down below to where you can purchase them if you feel like doing that. I would really appreciate it, and even if you can't buy them, I'd love to know what you think of them down below in the comments, because I'd love to do more things like this, more paper products. If you've already bought a set, first of all, thank you very much, and secondly, I'd love to know what you thought of it, so please share your thoughts down below in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed hearing the background of a design project that I've worked on, and if you'd maybe like to see more like this. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you are new to my channel and think you'd like to hear more from me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!